So there's this video that's been circling around Facebook, and obviously being the snake guy that I am, I've probably been tagged about 20 times either on Facebook or sent a messenger about this woman apparently that goes and handles this snake and it bam, bites down on her hand and a bunch of things go crazy. So here I am trying to give the snake a voice, because everything that I've seen, even on YouTube, everybody's like, this is why you shouldn't own big snakes. This is blah, 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 blah. Snakes are dangerous. Snakes. No. This woman made a ton of mistakes, and in this video, I'm about to show you what they are. First off, I want to know how many of you are scared of snakes. Comment below and tell me why. Bam! Here we are. 0.1 seconds into this video, and red flag should have been busting this woman. Like, I feel like it should have just been smacking her all in the face saying red flags. As you can see in the yellow, the snake is literally sitting there as she's unclamping the aquarium, right? He's sitting there, and I was like, man, why is he doing that? Snakes only do that because they think they're about to get fed and got excited, and here we go. Literally the first second into this video, you'll see why so many mistakes were made. So here we are, 5 seconds, right? So here we go, 1 second, 5 seconds. 5 seconds, the snake comes out as you can see in this picture, okay? But it didn't come out in aggression, because if it had come out in aggression, it would have already been striking, going crazy. Believe me, I've seen it. So I'm like, what's going on here? The snake came out, but didn't strike. So I'm like, all right, this isn't an aggressive snake. No, the snake came out, just like I said in the first second. The snake thought it was getting food. Whoop, came right out of the aquarium. It's sitting there staring at her, thinking that this woman is going to give her food. But she doesn't, right? And this right here is going to explain a lot. So let's take a second here, okay? Think about it. The snake came out like that. She should have realized. Look, I'm not one to judge people. Right? We all make mistakes. I've made many mistakes, but I've learned from them. But I want you guys to understand. I'm not putting this woman down by any means, but I want you guys to understand this video. And if you own snakes, you can learn a lot. I've watched this video, I can't tell you how many times, so that I could break it down for you, okay? So the snake came out. She could have easily probably de-escalated that situation by making sure that snake knew that it wasn't getting food. You know, that is a big snake. So I can't see you like this video right here coming up with a closed fist and saying, hey, I don't have any food. She should have given it a minute. I don't know. I mean, there's a million different things that you should or shouldn't do when it comes to this. However we want to say or do, she should have made sure that that snake knew no food was coming before she made this next step. This right here, in my opinion, was the crucial part of this video that the mistakes were made. Here we are about 6 to 7 seconds into the video, okay? The snake, bam, bites down on her. It's one thing to bite, it's another thing that it bit and it wrapped her. Let's think about that for a second. Snakes literally bite for 2 reasons. One is to eat, the second one is to defend, okay? That snake knew, looking at her, even as big as it was, that there was no way it could eat her. It's just not gonna happen. I don't care what y'all say. It wasn't gonna eat her, okay? When it bit her hand, not only did it bite her hand, it wrapped. So in my mind, being who I am, I'm like, what is going on? Why did that snake bite and wrap? Because if it's wrapping, it's intending to eat. But it's not gonna eat your hand, okay? So therefore, in my mind, blam, red flags again, right? So they smacked her, smacking me in the face, right? Bit her in the hand, wrapped, which meant it literally thought her hand was food. Not her as a person, but whatever this was. So I don't know what happened in the beginning. I don't know if she had been feeding other snakes and had mouse on her hand. It doesn't really matter. But the fact of the matter, I want you guys to understand that when that snake bit her hand and wrapped, it was assuming that her hand was food. I have owned big snakes my whole life, okay? I've taken some bites from them, but they have never wrapped me. It was all out of my mistake or my error. Bam, I take a bite, but it never wrapped. It was just sitting there like, you know, you look at each other like, what's going on here? You unlatch them, you go about your business. This was different, and I'm about to show you why on this next clip. However, I want to make sure you, as either reptile owners, big snake owners, little snake owners, or somebody that's terrified of snakes, okay? If you think about it, we are literally 10 seconds into this video and we already have a huge problem on our hands, okay? 10 seconds, that is not a long time. That's how long it took for these mistakes to literally progress into what we have here, which is a bad situation in which she pretty much fights with this snake for about the next 20 seconds or so. However, she did do one thing right, which is that she did not handle this large snake by herself. So many people I've learned or you read about that die because they literally have these big snakes in their house. They're holding them like we all do. The snake started to hold on. They couldn't overpower it, and you read about them dying. All right, so at least she did that right. She had obviously the guy on the camera, let alone the other guy that helps her get all of this taken care of. So let that be a lesson. I don't care what you think about your snake. A snake is going to be a snake. Never handle a snake, I would say probably about 8 to 9 feet or larger by yourself ever. Boom, and here we are, about 38 to 43 seconds. It came clear to me the why. All right, if you go back and watch this video, go check it out. I couldn't find a link, but Facebook, TMZ, a lot of these places have it. Watch the video, and right here, you're gonna see when she pulls her arm out, the snake is shedding. It literally took me about 10 times to watch it before the light from that window hits the snake, and I'm like, oh my God, it's shedding. That was the why. That right there is the reason why all of this goes on. And anybody that handles snakes know that when a snake is shedding, you should use more caution. For those of you that don't know, when a snake grows, it's just basic brief explanation, right? The scales expand, and that's why it sheds its skin. But the problem is, snakes already don't really have great eyesight, and they end up with these eye caps, okay? The eye caps make their vision even worse, okay? Therefore, a lot of times they mistake things for food that aren't food, like your hand. Obviously, in this situation, the snake was shedding. I can only imagine, I'm just going to assume if it was shedding, it had eye caps, it doesn't really matter. She should have used more precaution when she opened that cage, because it looked like she wasn't going to feed it, that maybe she was going to clean it out or something like that. I don't really think the snake's ever done that before. It doesn't matter. Never, ever, you've heard me say this in all my videos, never confuse the love for your snake for the respect. Because at the end of the day, it is an apex predator, especially a snake that big. My God, that thing would eat anything, let alone your hand that it thought it could eat, okay? It is an apex predator. Never confuse your love for respect, ever. All right, so here we are right there at about 1:21 in the video when she's realizing she's got to get the snake off of her, and she tells the dude to grab a snake hook, okay? I don't know if that's the way I would have went, but however, I wasn't in a situation. Again, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help you guys understand. But he grabs the snake hook, all right? Remember, these snakes, all right, these constrictors have these teeth that go backwards. So when it bit her right there, it latched on. It latches on for the purpose that I'm not letting go. If you look all over the floor, there's literally blood everywhere, and it hasn't even let go yet, okay? To me, the snake hook, when he sticks that in there and pops her teeth off, it just made me hurt. It did. It made me hurt. Not only for her, but for the snake. All right? I mean, because it's not like he just went in there gently. All right? You got to unhook them. I would have either myself or if I had somebody there with me, somehow try my best to slide the mouth forward, get it open, and come across. Look, I'm not judging. That was a pretty big snake. I could only imagine the size of those teeth. Does anybody want to stick their hand in there to do it? Probably not. But I would have probably made more of an attempt to do that because I know that by ripping that snake's mouth off is going to do some damage. It just is. Not only to you, but to your snake. So I guess the best thing would be not panic. And honestly, she looks like she really wasn't panicking. I just think she struggled to comprehend and think, how can I get this snake's bite off of my hand? And I'm not trying to judge. I'm not trying to say I don't know what I would have done in that situation. But as many times as I've taken those bites, I've always done my best to unhook them. And even when I unhook them, I'm always stuck with a little bit of snake teeth in my hand. But here we are, right? Only 1:21 minutes before she finally realizes, hey, I gotta get this snake off my hand. So here we are about 15 seconds later. Like, right, you can hear it. Like he pops it off, blood all over the floor. But watch the snake's expression. It literally looks around like, what just happened? Laura, is that you? I don't know her name, but he's like, what? Wait, what's going on? The snake was totally confused, right? It didn't rebite, it didn't wrap, it didn't anything. It literally, you can see he's just like this. He's like, what's going on? That right there is an indication that that snake was totally confused on what was going on, okay? From the minute it came out, all right? This video is literally 1 minute and I think 47 seconds. That's it. But just know that's literally how long, that's it, that it takes for something to go wrong when you're handling these big snakes. Please, 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 please use caution. Never confuse it. Thank God that the woman, I don't think, was probably too badly hurt. She probably had some pretty deep cuts in her arm. She may have went to the hospital. I don't know. I haven't seen the backstory. I don't really think that snake was harmed in this video by any means. It could have been a lot worse. So make sure when you see videos like this, 2 things. Don't ever sit here and think, oh my Lord, look at that snake. Look what it did. Look what it did. And share it, right? This is why you should know snakes. That's what everybody kept telling me. Joe, this is going to be you. This is going to be you. It's not going to be me, okay? Because I've learned. I know my limits here, okay? So make sure you know yours when it comes to handling these big snakes. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this, okay? I did this because so many people have just sent me this video and I was like, man, I got to do something to give the snake a voice. But make sure you get 4 things out of this video. 4, okay? First thing is that a snake is always going to be a snake. It's always going to be an apex predator. It is always going to be a snake in the morning, at night, throughout the day. It is never going to change, all right? The second thing is never confuse your love for respect. Love them, yes. Respect them more. Third thing, all right, their bite, right? They're going to bite for 2 reasons. One is to eat. When they bite, they wrap. Speaking of constrictors only at this moment, right? They bite, they wrap, or they see you as a threat. So therefore, when they're biting, it is to literally tell you to leave them alone. The last thing, like I told you at the end, if for some reason you ever take a bite from a big python or a boa or any snake, even in the wild, like yours truly, try to unlatch them. Because I'm gonna tell you this, as many times as I've taken a snake bite in my life, it was my fault, not the snake's. It will never be the snake's fault because the snake is doing what it does. You should leave it alone, give it its space. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Till next time, see ya!